another bridge under surveillance, which, I mean, it's a good thing in the end result, but shouldn't have to. People just shouldn't tag them. This one looks a lot better than the previous one at Glen Helen and Grinnell Road. There's a little bit on the sidewalls, but it's nothing to really worry about. And I can easily drop that into shadow with some manual exposure settings and all that, of course. So, but yeah, this is a very beautiful bridge. Expands about, I believe, 95 feet is what the signage says, and it's pretty neat that there actually is signage for this one and some like history and some trivia to go along with it. So, as you can see, it's a Stevenson Road covered bridge, and it was built in 1877, and it was finally restored in 2015. So it's a lot newer, it's a lot nicer condition overall, and it's a very beautiful bridge. So I actually came down from the road down this way. Usually I like to come around this way because it goes around a curve and a bend, and you go down this little bridge, an actual pedestrian, or an actual motorist bridge, excuse me, and you just get this beautiful view, which, I mean, I'll walk up to the grass up there in a minute and I'll probably take a few images, honestly. But it gets you this gorgeous view, and it just spans the entire length of the entire bridge. So yeah, from here, trying to think, there's a lot of actually compositions I'm thinking of, a lot of different things I want to try out, like doing probably something with the interior there, since there is light pooling through. There's some exposed areas on the rooftop, purposely how it's constructed in its design, as you can see in that further part down there. And I kind of want to try a nice straight symmetrical shot of just that. I feel like that might work. I may even have to whip out the telephoto for that, honestly, but that's just an idea of composition I'm thinking of. Keeping in theme of what I've been doing so far, I'm going to take a shot right kind of like this, where there's a rooftop and you can see the sign, of course, and then from there, the one problem is that I don't really like the parking situation because it's going to show my vehicle. I may be able to somehow crop it out, we'll see, but I would like to do another, I guess you could call it classic composition, something like this, where it's just a vanishing point. It shows that, shows the bridge vanishing pretty much. But yeah, it's a very beautiful one. It's bright and red, classic brick red color, and this might be one of my favorites I've visited so far. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and scout out a little bit. I'll probably start it up there and just work my way down and then back to the car. And I have a few shots in mind, so I'm really excited about this one, and I can't wait to start photographing it, which I will do now. So here we go. Alright, so I'm here at the edge, and you can see it's a very nice view, and that's actually way too wide, so I really don't need to go down this, or go out this far, really. Let me see. Go up to the edge right over here. I might get all this brush out of the way. And the problem is my vehicle right there. I don't know. Let's see if this is dangerous. And yeah, right here. And don't look down. That's all I can say. So there's the actual road for vehicle traffic. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start composing something and see what I can come up with here. I seem to be having some technical difficulties when I was recording the speaking bit, so just bear with me. I'm just gonna provide a general voiceover of what my thought process was taking the photographs from this perspective. So here at the top near the actual motorist bridge at Stevenson Road, and I'm kind of down looking on Mossy Creek here, just getting a nice real overview of it using a wide angle perspective like I have been so far today. And so I'm really just liking the way the winding creek goes right through it and gets you a nice overall kind of grand perspective that really details the entire covered bridge pretty well, I think. After spending a considerable amount of time up in that perspective and getting just a handful of shots really composing the entire scene before my eyes, I decided to go downhill once again and start working on some more mid and foreground detailed shots of the bridge itself. And then from there I'll just take a few abstracts of the interior and hope for the best with all of them. right, so we are at the next stop. This is the fourth out of the 6 bridges. Total I'm going to be photographing today in my county. This is Charleton Mill Road Covered Bridge, and it's not a bad one. It's more of the same, really. It's really a lot similar to the previous one we just did, Stevenson Road, which is actually just about less than 3 minutes down the road from, or up the road rather, from here. So they're very close by, but they're in these very rural parts of Ohio and of my county in particular. So this one's looks like it was constructed or dedicated to Robert N. Geyer, and it was actually previously was a bridge from 1883, so it's quite an older one, but it was restored in 2013, so it's a lot newer. But even then, it's still getting a really faded, kind of discolored, like the redness of it's kind of like wearing off from natural weathering of, you know, water, I'm guessing, and stuff like that, the elements. And so yeah, but like I said, it's more of the same. The only real difference between this and Stevenson Road overall, because it's still a truss bridge like they all have been so far, is that this one's open to motorist traffic. So I actually drove right through it on the way over here, and then I just parked on the curbside. Hopefully that's all right for a little bit. And yeah, see, we got a light up here on this side at least. I think there's one on the other side as well. Yeah, so overall it looks like a pretty good one. I got an easy angle I can already sort out. I mean, even just standing right here, just got a nice view of it. Like I said, you still got that light right here, and the yield sign, the rail. I mean, there's little distractions here and there, I guess, but like overall I could just creep in a little bit closer, like right here, and get something. And then, like I said, of course I'm going to go to the other side, the other end of it, and see if the angles look just as good, if not better, hopefully. This one doesn't really have as much of an ornate interior structure in the roofing and the wood, you know, paneling and planks and all that stuff as the Stevenson one did. So I don't think I'm going to do that that abstractual architectural detail that I did at Stevenson again. But you know, I won't really know until I go in there and really, you know, fully check it out, you know, on foot here. But yeah, this one's also a nice, quiet, secluded kind of road. I highly doubt I'm going to really see any traffic, so I should be able to just take my time. As I said, it's like rural farm fields and woodland right around me, so I can just kind of nicely slow down and just really think about my compositions. I doubt anyone's going to be really around to, you know, get my shots or distractions, because they kind of have been a little bit here and there so far today. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this one. Alright, so I had to switch out to using my phone just simply because the GoPro, the batteries suck. Even I brought 2 of them, they're almost dead already, even though I'm a little over halfway done and I still have quite a bit more to go. And just the memory card just got really full. So anyways, I'm going to use my phone for the rest of this. Hope you all don't mind, but I'm still here at Charleton Mill. I've been really finding it's like you have to really center if you want to get nice centered, you want to get the entire roof and everything, the whole structure in centered. God, why can't I say anything right? If you want to get it all centered right, then you have to really make sure everything's composed right. Sometimes I even put on the rule of thirds onto the actual DSLR on the live view mode, because I've been using live view exclusively for taking all these shots here. And yeah, it's just been mainly doing that. The nice thing about on this side, now I'm on the back side, is that the whole entire road is a nice straightaway, and so I can back up as far as I need to. And even I'm using a wide angle prime lens, 24mm, pretty much for all these shots I've been taking today. It's been nice because I can just physically use my legs essentially as a tripod and move and compose however I need to and as I see fit, which has been very, very nice. Also, a new thing for today is actually I tried out a vertical shot, which I did on the other side, but I actually might try over here now that I'm thinking about it. And that's just a simple dead-on, straight-on shot like I am now, except for I used the L bracket and quickly flipped over the DSLR and made it into a vertical shot. So I think that turned out pretty well. And yeah, this is a very nice bridge overall, actually. It's not like the most intricate structure around, but this is, I think, from a compositional standpoint and simply a photography standpoint, this one's probably one of the best. There's very little distractions. There's just a couple signs and the two street lights that are on both ends here. But other than that, it's honestly probably the best one so far in terms of, like I said, photography speaking. But I wouldn't really call it the most beautiful, honestly. Don't tell the builders. But so I think the only problem really so far is just, at least at the moment, is that it's getting a lot more sunnier than it was even earlier this morning. Now that the sky is just a clear blue, which, I mean, looks nice in the photographs, at least the brackets. Of course, when I exposed for the sky detail, but still, now that the clouds were low hanging, earlier in the morning, but now that the sun's just way up midday, it's not any good. Makes it a little bit of unfortunate, but I think it's going to work out still. I still think just simply doing high dynamic range works out well for this type of this style, this genre really of photography, and it should work out really well. But the second variable that's been becoming more apparent in the past hour or so I've been out here is just the wind is just getting really obnoxious a little bit, which, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're really going for in your shots. When it comes to just landscapes in general, really, is if you want a tack sharp image where everything leaves, like if it's like a woodland or something, if you want the trees, everything tack sharp, or do you want a little bit of softness? Are you going to be more, and this is obviously a subjective question and more of a creative choice really, but it's like, are you going to be more forgiving of how soft the image might look, at least just a slight motion blur maybe in the leaves, or do you want everything just tack sharp throughout with a nice wide aperture, or excuse me, a narrow aperture that would make everything from front to back look nice? But so far I've been actually using a 1-point autofocus, and my focus point on all of the covered bridges, there we go, is right where the sign is. Whenever I'm doing straight on shots like that, that's pretty much been my my aim, my objective so far with them. But yeah, jeez. So yeah, these have been going pretty well. Finally we got the fourth bridge done, so it's very, very nice. It's getting pretty close to being finished. So we got two more, and these two in particular are I think one of them is a green colored one, which is really nice, but definitely both of them I've never been to before, so it's gonna be a little different, but I'm looking forward to it all the same. So we'll keep up the good work here, I guess, and I'll see you in a little bit.